I grew up living over the fence. Although my body was still tiptoeing to see over it, my daydreams always told me I was past it, so that's where I keep my childhood memories. Wedged in between where the grass is always greener and the dust beneath the crate that I stood on. I remember sitting in the swing with mommy and daddy, laughing and playing, with Lassie at our feet being lazy and other family faces in the distance. But every other face looked nothing like me. My daydream frozen back to reality to see the kid swinging wasn't even me. I grew up living over the fence because I couldn't bear the pain of stepping off that crate into deadly lands where a forced smile couldn't be made from weights folded into a frown. I grew up living over the fence because home was a hellhole exploding, eroding my strength away, so I just look away over that fence. Just the vain experiences I would never even know. Just the mustard pleasures I would never even own, but it was worth it just to be near the joy of others. Sometimes I can even smell it. Inhale enough of it to clear my airways of the exhaust from hell's pit. I could breathe again. Being young, I couldn't understand the differences. How they bathed in rays and I bathed in this over here on this side of the fence. It didn't make sense. Even though our world shared the same sky, that fence kept us separate, like Jim Crow kept freedom and like colored lines tried to keep us blind. But I see. And I wonder if God sees me. How every day at daybreak I come and stand on this crate to daydream at the fence. And if my day screams for me to come, I do slowly. But run back here when I'm through and wonder if I died, would I be reincarnated on the other side just so I can experience two lives? I believe I choose the latter to favor. But oh God, how could you not see my feeble veins bursting with heroin of unhappiness? Like I wish you could just suck the spicy venom from my bloodstream and revive me from death's angel. Resurrect me into the atmosphere I curse my eyes to witness flourish, please. Because life over here isn't worthy to savor. Just another nightmare. One that I can't wake up from. So I sleep in daydreams at the fence. I will slumber against the hand-saw design of that fence until I get splinters in my face from being trapped in a mirage of thinking that its mountain peaks were feather pillows. And my feet grew swollen on the grueling walk back to my concentration camp, feeling like Nazis were dragging me back to Auschwitz, but I was one hard-headed Jew. I always waited for daybreak, for an escape, and that pathway led back to my daily daydreams at the fence. But I'm older now, and my holocaust of a home is only history. Fossilized bones marked with genocide of a real childhood. Ancient artifacts of wooden sticks dipped in blood. Lost books of prayers that made it as far as the air but never reached the heavens. And hieroglyphic maps of the Underground Railroad I used to make it to freedom. So, I can't recall any of it because I grew up on the other side of the fence. And that's where the records of my memory